Okay, what we're going to talk about today is something called the Facebook Edge Rank. And you have a handout there. Did both of you get a handout?
No.
For you here. The reason this edge rank is so important is because there's an algorithm used in Google, for example, that lets everything that you search for rank first page, second page, third page, fourth page. Well, that algorithm is multi lines of code that Google will not release to the general public to tell you how that works. So you really don't know how to rank high in Google for somebody searching for Mooresville real estate, but there's a lot of theory out there about how that works, and that's called search engine optimization. Well, several months ago, a Facebook executive was doing a conference and explained the Facebook algorithm for how and that was when the new news feed came out. Remember, it used to be just based on time? Well, they've set a new algorithm now. There's basically 3 different things that are used to rank you on somebody else's page, or subsequently somebody else on your page, and how far up they rank on that. And there's 3 things with a 0 to 20 score each.
So is that why I'm not finding current posts up at the top anymore?
Correct, because it's based on this algorithm scoring system, and there's 60 points total that are available, 0 to 20 for each one of the 3. We're going to kind of go through these so that we can understand how it works and also how we can use it. The first one is affinity score. So if we look at our sheet, it says the score between a viewer and the creator of the post, your affinity connection with that person. If you view a user's profile or send a personal message to that person, not on their wall, but a personal message to that person, it raises your affinity score with that person. So the more conversations we have back and forth with someone on a personal level.
Does that include, like if you send them a private?
A private message, that's what we're talking about.
Okay,
yeah.
How do you send a private message?
It's under messaging up there, well, you can't see it on mine, but on the far left of your screen you have messaging or messages, and it's over there.
Okay, so that's basically email.
Correct. That's exactly what it is. You're not posting on their wall in the public forum.
So you hit messages.
You're sending a private message.
And then you write
correct.
The 2. Okay.
So how would we use this? How do we raise our affinity rank with someone?
I'm not connecting anymore. It says I need a security key.
Yeah, it is that right there in caps like that. And then is our standard in lowercase altogether. So Camille, if we want to raise our affinity score with somebody through this personal messaging, what would be a way we could reach out to somebody?
What was the last part?
Is our standard.
Is our in lowercase or cap?
Yeah, in lowercase.
Gosh, I wish there were more people in this room, Todd.
Well,
I don't even know how to really do it, so I guess like I would click on somebody's picture.
You click on create a message. Once you get into messaging,
or just
at the top right, you create a message.
So message and then new message, and then when it says 2, how do you get the?
You type in their name, and it'll start auto filling it for you.
Okay. All right.
You want to add me and practice on me?
Yeah.
But here's how we use this in the real world. We should be reaching out to our sphere of influence every day, at least 5 or 6 people. And that's a great way to do it, is to open up a private message. Hey, I was thinking about you today. I just wanted to say hi. Go to their wall before you open up that private message. See what they've been talking about the last couple of days. If they said something about they can't wait to leave for Christmas to go see their family up in Michigan, send them a private message. Say, I hope you have safe travels. Whatever the message is. Right. That is starting this ranking of 0 to 20 because you have sent them a message. And then if they respond to you, it goes up even more. If you start a conversation back and forth, that goes up even more. So all of a sudden now anything you post out on the public forum is going to be higher on their wall when they log in. It's going to be one of the top couple of posts.
Okay.
So we want to make sure we're having a dialogue with people offline or off of this wall system. And you can do 5 or 10 of those messages in, what, 10 minutes? I mean, it's real easy just to quickly touch base with people and say, hey, just checking on you, see how you doing, I haven't heard from you in a while, we need to get together for coffee, or, you know, how are things going? Ask a question. Asking a question will raise this rank because then they start a conversation with you. And questions are great on Facebook. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well.
Camille, what is it? I know. How are you on Facebook?
Camille. My maiden name, Quarantello.
Oh my.
Arantelllo, and then Mooresville. Probably finding this in Mooresville.
Any other questions or anything on the affinity score?
Okay, so
that first 0 to 20 points. You both okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
The next one is the weight of a post. The weight of a post refers to how many people have actually commented on that post or liked that post. And I'm going to show you an example here on my screen. Get back here and scroll down because it moved since we had new messages coming in. But this is about 4 or 5 posts down on my wall. And you'll notice this post right here above happened 6 hours ago. And the one right below it happened 11 hours ago. And then it switches down to 2 hours ago on the next post. So in theory, this one that's 2 hours ago that Sharon Dixon sent should actually post above the one that is 11 hours ago if it was the old system in Facebook, because it would just be based on when it was posted. But because of Ashley's post has so many likes and has a couple of comments on it, it actually ranks higher on the wall. And there's also some affinity ranking going on there as well. But so how do we make our post have more weight? That's the question to fix this part of the 0 to 20 score.
Right.
Well, one way to do that is to ask questions. And it doesn't necessarily have to be real estate related, because we aren't trying to make an individual post have more weight. What we're trying to do is to build more affinity ranking, more weighting, and more time decay stuff with everything we post. So if we're going to post something about, we don't have to be real estate related. What's something that we can ask a question of?
Well, I put one up last week. I was very proud of myself.
Okay.
Does anyone else besides me think this weather is too hot for November?
Perfect question. Open-ended. Anybody can respond to it. And you don't have to be a scientist or a real estate broker or anything to have an answer to that.
I got a response from California.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we must be getting your cold weather.
Yeah.
And then somebody else, you know, so I did get a couple of responses.
And what happens a lot of times when you start that type of questioning and you get a response from somewhere else in the country in this particular case, then you go in and comment and you say, well, what's your weather like out there this week? You know, and start a conversation on your wall. But then that's going to give that post, you know, you could have 20 comments on that post because you and that person are having a dialogue in the public forum.
Okay.
So all of a sudden that bumps that way up.
Okay.
Now the same thing happens with real estate posts. If you're saying, you know, man, I'm super busy right now, is anybody else really busy? And then you have some other real estate agents chime in, and then you start a conversation about real estate on there, then that post is going to rank really high on your friends' Facebook that are not in real estate.
Okay.
And they're going to say, oh, well, Camille's busy. I see here she's talking about being busy, and it's right here on my first page. As soon as I log in, it's right there in my face. And it's because you have had a conversation on your wall. So it's great to start with a question. If you get a response and it's something that you can engage that person, engage them. But certainly when they respond to yours, go in and hit the like button on their comment, because more likes and more comments
So hit the like button too.
help that weight score. And it's not just the likes on the post. Like we see this particular one has 4 likes.
Uh-huh.
It's got a like right here too. That was probably her liking this. But that like also helps with this weight. It doesn't matter where the like is, if it's on the post or if it's on one of the comments.
Okay.
It's going to move it up.
Okay, so just hit like.
Yep. And again, we're trying
So
to...
again, then hit comment would
Yep.
go on the wall.
Right.
Share would be,
Share is if you're going to, if you are looking at your wall and somebody else has posted something and you want to share it, then when you share it to your wall, it's going to go out to all your people too. Just because you're seeing it, like my friends aren't all friends with Sharon Dixon.
right.
But if she were to say something that I really agreed with or I want to share with my people,
Uh-huh.
I share it and then it goes to my audience as well. It shows up on their
Okay.
wall.
So just by
As
hitting
if I
share,
wrote on it.
That's all you gotta do.
Correct.
And it auto-populates.
Yeah, well, you have two choices. You can
Okay.
either share it on your wall or you can share it as a personal message. So
Okay.
you could forward it to somebody as a message. too.
Okay.
But you're probably going to share it to your wall.
Wall, okay.
Yeah. Okay, the last part of this is time decay. And again, this is another 0 to 20 points of the total of 60 points that we have available for our posts. Time decay is real simple. It's the amount of time that it's been out there on Facebook. And that's at 16 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, that sort of thing. So there's no way to affect time decay. It is what it is. And that's the reason they put time decay into this algorithm, because we can affect these two things. And what they didn't want to have happen is posts that were 5, 6, 7 days old still ranking at the very top of a Facebook wall for somebody, and they've seen it for days and days on end. They're like, why is this still here? I'm tired of seeing this post about the weather being good a week ago and now it's raining. So they put time decay in as one of the things. So sooner or later, it's going to get pushed down onto the wall and eventually off into page 2, page 3, and on down because of this time decay rate. Sooner or later, you're going to zero out on time decay. And those are the three pieces.
How long do they leave that? I mean, how long is the maximum time?
It goes way back. I mean, if you go to your wall
Right.
and you scroll down on all your posts, I mean, it's months and months and months back. And that's the other thing. Once you post something on the internet, it's there forever.
That's what I tell my kids.
So be careful
I
what you post.
absolutely tell my
Yeah.
kids that.
I mean, you can delete something off of Facebook, but theoretically, it's never really deleted. Now, Facebook is a private forum, so it's not really indexable by Google. Like, if you were on a blog or you were writing on a public forum, and then even if you delete it, there is a image of that out there on the web still, and it could be searched and found. But in Facebook, since it's a private forum and you delete it, it's deleting it off of their servers. And it's not an indexable thing that people can search. And that's a privacy thing. They don't let the outside web search Facebook, theoretically.
Yep. There's this column of names that was never there before.
Right.
What did they do?
Well, this column of names at the top is your ticker. And these are things that are like the old Facebook where you post, and as people were posting stuff that is coming on, the ticker is doing the same exact thing. As people are posting, it's showing up in this ticker, and it just keeps pushing down.
Yeah, that's
pushing
new,
down,
and
pushing
that's
down.
aggravating. You
Okay,
like that?
Mine doesn't say ticker. Mine
Yeah.
just has names. What's,
Well, we'll have to look at yours later, Camille.
what
Because I don't.
It's not, it doesn't say ticker, it's just like a.
Well, this one does.
Does it?
Yeah. And it's at the top of
And
mine, and it pushes the names down. Now, you also have names on this right-hand side that are people that it's saying, you are friends with me, and I'm friends with this person. It actually says, you are friends with 11 people that know this person, and you're not friends with them. Do you want to be friends with them? There's that over there as well.
Mhm.
And that will rotate through people as well. Sometimes you'll see people show up there that you know, but you didn't even know they were on Facebook. And that's what that particular thing is for.